Hello, how are you? My name is Miss Schumacher, and I am your science teacher for pre-kindergarten and kindergarten. Today, we are going to go over weather. Let's get started. Today in science, you will need your observation eyes, your thinking brains. If you have a science journal or other piece of paper, writing tools, and a camera. Today, we are going to study weather. I am not going to ask you whether you like one thing or another. That is not the kind of weather that I am going to teach you about, sillies. I want us to think about today the weather that happens outside. Did you know that you are scientists every time that you go outside? That's right. As junior scientists, you can think about and observe weather every time you look out your window or step outside your door. Today, we are going to warm up our science brains by visualizing. That just means thinking about. I want to ask you about your favorite weather. What is your favorite weather? What do you like to do in your favorite weather? I want you to close your eyes and think in your science brains about your favorite weather. Are you ready? Here we go. Close your eyes and visualize yourself in your favorite weather. What type of weather was happening? Was it raining? Was it snowing? Was it sunny and warm? Let's check in with some of our junior scientists from across the metro and see what they visualized themselves doing in their favorite weather.
I love playing fall with my sisters. My favorite thing is when it's warm.
I like snowy days because I like to make snowballs and make snow angels.
A mí me gustan los días calientitos porque puedo nadar en agua y también ir para afuera a jugar con la pelota.
Wow! So many different opinions on favorite kinds of weather. Do you know what weather is my favorite weather? Take a look over there. Oh, that's my favorite weather. I am happiest when it is raining. Miss Schumacher's very favorite weather is the rain. Now we need to think about who studies weather. Who is a weather expert? Do you know who studies weather? A weather expert is called a meteorologist. Can you say that word? Meteorologist. A meteorologist is a person who studies the weather. And guess what? You get to be a meteorologist today. Junior scientists, take a moment and use your eyes, your observation eyes, to notice what is going on in these 4 images. Take your eyes all around the screen. What do you notice about the weather? Do you think that these images, these pictures showing different weather, were taken on the same day or different days? I agree with you. I think these images were taken on different days. Take a look at this image. This image shows Kansas City in the snow. Brr! It looks like a snowy day in Kansas City. The clouds are coming down over Union Station. Take a look at this image. That image is of a rainy day. That family is walking along in a park. The rain is coming down. What is happening here? It looks like a sunny day with a few clouds. We have one more image. What is happening here? That image of the city looks like it's being taken at night. Our job is to start thinking about how we will track the weather, how we will be like meteorologists. Junior scientists, it is time for us to start practicing making scientific observations. That's right. We are going to observe weather today. And to practice, I have invited my friend, Miss Schumacher, as a Bitmoji to help us. We are going to be observing Mrs. Schumacher outside in the weather. Now, as junior scientists, it is not just enough to think about weather. We need to track our observations. There is not just one way to track observations. You could use a number of different scientific tools. Today, I am going to use a notebook and pencil. The tools that I am going to use are a notebook and a pencil. You might use different tools. You might like to use a notebook and crayons. You might like to have your observations have color. You could make observations of the weather by taking a picture with a camera or a device that has a camera, like this, my school iPad. This is something I could use to make an observation. But today, me, Miss Schumacher, I am going to make my observations on a journal. You can decide how you would like to make your observations. Whoa! When I take a look out the window, what has Miss Schumacher gotten herself into? What kind of weather is this? On the very first time that I looked out the window, I saw snow. In my science notebook, I'm going to write the number 1. When I draw my snowflake, I am just going to use lines. That's going to represent or show snow. This is the second observation. I have number 1. Now I'm going to write the number 2. The first time it was snowing. The second time, what type of weather is it? There was sun and a cloud. When we looked out the window the second time, there was sun and a cloud. Now, as a scientist, it was not enough for me to just observe one time or 2 times. I need at least one more piece of data. Let's look out the window again. What type of weather is happening now? That's right, it's raining. I have made 3 different observations. Each time, the weather was different. The weather has changed. That concludes our science lesson for today. It has been my pleasure having you in science class. I am Ms. Schumacher. I will see you next week. For now, you are headed to physical education with Coach. Goodbye.